Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and today we're going to be taking a look at an individual known as Tom Nelson. Now, Tom Nelson is one of those content creators that I've looked at about 2 months ago on the Dank Web Browsing series. You know, when we came across that one guy that was just all over the place, but we found out that he had the longest running YouTube channel. Tom Nelson is an individual that is on his quote-unquote certified millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire list, and he's the leader or New World Order leader of 107 something countries. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Nelson is in fact the oldest, I think one of the oldest, and one of the most prolific YouTubers that have existed. He has existed for 12 years, uploading consistently, and just now hitting 1,000 plus subscribers. This has been an individual that has basically stayed on the outlands of YouTube, right? Normally at this point, anybody uploading would have at least one breakout video that people might recognize them for, you know? But in this case, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Nelson does not. And I want to make this video because I genuinely hope that Tom Nelson gets better. You know, the story today has a bit of tragedy to it, it has a bit of hilarity to it, but ultimately it's like the Chris Chan video I uploaded a long time ago. Look, man, anytime I talk about individuals like this, I hope the fucking best for them, okay? That's all it is. You know, at the end of the day, everyone deserves some good in their life. We're only here for a short time, and I hope in everyone's case it is always the best possible time for all of them. And just saying that before we start the video off, that's kind of what I want to leave it as. I know that Tom may have said some things that have been a little bit out there, a little bit intense. I don't know at times. I'm not really a huge follower of what he does or doesn't do, but at the same time, I want to just give a cursory dive into it. And if you guys want, of course, it's a big part of the video, let me know in the comment section below if you want a deeper dive. Now, Tom Nelson's YouTube page is sort of where the real focal point of today's video is. The man has been on since 2007, all right? He's got about 128,000 views over the course of all those years. Over the course of 12 years, that's where he's hit. It gives me great pleasure to introduce myself. My name is Tom Nelson. I graduated from Polytechnic University of New York, Brooklyn. I have a Bachelor of Science degree in Electrical Engineering, minor in Computer Science, BSEE. I worked flight engineering for 20 years. I've been advertising in the New York metro area since '87 and have been on TV and radio for the last, so basically he's very into the Indian culture. You know, I believe he might be Indian. I'm not sure about that. But as far as you can see over here, he's the Emperor Tom fucking Nelson. The fucking Emperor, all right, saluting us from what is that, the UN building in Manhattan? Oh boy, all right. I might also want to remind the audience, he's the only one that still actively has a Google Plus page, and if you go to it, it's actually the homepage of Stadia 2 years from now, so just such a dick. All right, so going into the video section, if you go to the oldest, all right, this is what I love the most, all right, you got Tom Nelson sitting over there, 12 years ago, 1,000 views. I want to watch this video real quick and sort of ascertain just who we're dealing with, okay? Let's see what Tom was like over a decade ago.
Hi, my name is Tom Nelson. We are planning new strategies and new plans, new course of action to have a new world order, new world victory, new world colonial.
Alright, bro, it was already fucking unhinged 12 years ago, alright? Tom was already talking about creating a fucking new world order 20 years ago. But, you know, at the end of the day, alright, he was pretty articulate, I must say, you know what I mean? He seems a little camera shy. I mean, it's his first time on the video. But if you look in the video, he's got his website that is still in that pristine condition in 2019, 12 years ago. But not only that, he's got a fucking epic gamer setup. I mean, look at those two disk drives, a floppy drive. This man's about to play Doom in 64K right now, dude. Fucking high-res texture pack, big dick, big swinging. This dude's about to go in with that epic gamer setup. I think those are printer sheets. I really hope I'm not coming across napkins, but minor points for the speaker setup. I mean, what the fuck kind of a setup are we going for? I've heard of left and right, but never multiple stories or something. It's a little bit out there. Yeah, in my opinion, but dude, he had RGB LED before fucking I even hit puberty, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. All right, you know, that might be Tom from all the way back in the day. You know, he was an articulate, well-dressed individual, sharp guy. You know, you have a.
This is Tom Nelson. Over 400 years of Christian rule will end. Over 600 billion years of civilization will end. All universes coming to an end. All the black rule will take over the world. I need your help. Thank you. I need your
First of all, I must say, whoever lives in that apartment system or in that neighborhood probably wants to fucking, like, just strangle him because of the fucking speaker setup he's got going on, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like Civic Guy in my neighborhood. Like, I get pissed, but I could only imagine how fucking New Yorkers must feel with this. But again, he's updated some of that gamer setup. You can see a bit more extension of it on that. I don't know why I'm stuck on it, okay? Alright, it's fucking cool looking, okay? Goddamn, fuck you, I'm enticed. But he's still talking about how Christian rule will end, civilization will end, and you have to believe in Tom in order to fucking lead to that new world order that he's building. Again, he's still very, very well dressed. I like it. This is before the era of him dressing up as a fucking fictional leader. So this is just one snippet of fucking, like, what has happened. I'm not going to play this because this is content ideable up the asshole, but this is him telling us about how India and every country should bow down and, like, give to the NASA Concorde shuttle program. I just want to show you he's dressed up as a police officer with Shah Rukh Khan, the big Bollywood actor, in the background doing it in a dance scene. I mean, holy fuck. There are some things that I never expected to exist in such a weird combination, but you can find anything on the internet. You just can't. You can find anything you want on the internet and it will fucking exist, 100%. Of course, you know, cutting into the recent eras, Tom's videos are very much, you know, quick and dirty. You know, Tom's videos are all about these long streams that you obviously can't play, but I'll just show you an introduction of it. Tom basically sits in this room with a computer that's connected to the back. He's playing himself, and I don't know if this is like a news deal, but he sort of sits by himself most of the time, and he's got about 14 like viewers, 14 views on the stream, and I guarantee you half of them are from me like refreshing this page to see if OBS could pick up the actual audio cluster. But he's got a bunch of this music playing in the background, and there's like almost nobody talking. You got people like learning, giving him a heart, and Chief Keef crying in the fucking thing. But it is the comedic category, so hopefully it does bring a smile on your face. Tom's videos have a lot of this, you know, quick and dirtiness to him. Like if you look in here, please start minicam. You know, it's like witnessing a new YouTuber that is sort of starting out. You'll notice the unregistered hypercam too, and hopefully in a year it'll all disappear. For Tom, it never did. So you've got Tom Nelson, remove the video at once, or the CIA will have enough evidence to finally convict you of 12 counts of murder. Ah! You know, you might actually believe it, you assholes. Careful, Tom. The Church of Scientology doesn't like it when you stalk their recruits. Stay safe out there. I'm glad on your team. The Dark Army will rise soon. Yeah, I'm sure the Dark Army will rise soon. I'm 100% sure about that. God damn. Now, some of the most popular videos Tom has made have been these NASA, JAXA, NTSA, TSA, Japan Aerospace. He's very into the space world. And while this video is gotten 5 likes, 35 dislikes, almost 10,000 views, one of his most viewed videos, let's just listen to what it is exactly. That's not a fucking flyby.avi. That's a JPEG shaking on in front of your camera.avi. You got some sound effects in the background. That is deceptive content. I expected a flying air shuttle, okay? While that was a blurry fucking mess, all right? That was not a flyby. That was a shaking JPEG. Now, Tom has also done things like cover songs, you know, back in the era whenever a YouTuber did a fucking cover song and a half, right? You know, it's like, hey guys, this is Baby Cover 4052. Yeah, I remember that shit. And then you've got some really like depressing elements, which is where father buried Ortiz funeral home. And then you've got like a marriage. And Tom's backstory is a little too much messed up, and it's one of the reasons why I hope the best for him. From what I've heard, Tom Nelson was married at one point. I don't know if it was exactly 12 years ago and he was building the New World Order, quote unquote, but Tom was at one point a married individual, and unfortunately his wife had passed away, and a lot of people would say that that's the reason that he descended into this. But I would feel like if he had built, you know, this New World Order 12 years ago, it may not be his wife. It may have accelerated this form of, you know, like behavior, and we'll see that in a second. But I feel like Tom was always in this way where he wanted to be the certified multimillionaire and shit like that, and just this is what it is. He just led into this. That was a factor, but I don't think it was necessarily the catalyst to the situation, if that makes any sense. This one is a video where, when I made my Deep Web video, this is the one that got really popular. So you can see a lot of people saying, hey, I'm from Mutahar, these kind of people, you know. And this is when he talked about Sundar Pichai, Satya Nadella, and Indira Nudi, who are respective CEOs of Google, Microsoft, and Pepsi, I believe, PepsiCo. And he used to say that they begged in the streets, which if you Google it real quick, you'll notice that at least as far as I know, Sundar Pichai, Google CEO, had a pretty relatively modest childhood growing up in India. I believe he grew up in Chennai, And he wasn't exactly a street beggar, but, you know, I don't think that the CEOs of these companies are going to chase after Tom for any form of libel or slander. I don't think they fucking care. But this is what he sounds like nowadays, and it's the reason why I want to help him.
Welcome to the United States. Welcome to the United States. System, but the system, number king, welcome, person, let's not come out of skin action. Ask your time to come in to come in to come in to come in and toss king.
Yeah, all form of the articulateness that Tom had is now gone. I believe at this point Tom is sitting in a Burger King, and Tom, unfortunately, I believe he may be homeless. I'm not sure about that. This is again the big reason why I want to help the dude out there. The actual character over here has a history that nobody has really given the time to look into. You know, if you go to like websites like Tom Nelson TV again, right? This website has never updated. You know, the last time I looked at this website was the same website I saw back during deep web browsing. Tom has like 15 of these website domains that all lead to this shit. Some of them work, some of them don't, but you know, this has always stayed the same. I believe he may have a shop. At the end of the day, Tom needs some fucking help. You know, Tom has had a rough last several years, I would say. I'm sure that Tom has definitely, I'm sure Tom, you know, has a lot of these grand delusions as witnessed over here. He wants to buy out the entire world, $800 billion, becomes richest man in history, over a gazillion in assets, acquiring over Tom Nelson. I'm sure that Tom wants to do this. I'm sure that this may be his dream. I don't know if he's gonna reach that point. I'm not sure if he's gonna touch it, but ladies and gentlemen, he is selling a bunch of things. He is selling the Alienware M17X, most powerful computer in the universe, for fuck you. Tom obviously needs a lot more help. You know, he's definitely a man that's down on his luck. You know, I don't know. I can't confirm if his wife is truly dead or if he was ever married. But I can't even confirm if he's exactly homeless or whatever in that situation too. But I know that right now Tom needs help in the form of somebody to talk to, somebody out there, a professional that can assist Tom in getting his life together. Because in my honest opinion, it's never too late for anything. You know, people can always refit, rechange, and redo things in their life. But somebody needs to reach out to Tom Nelson, who cannot be president of the United States, and he cannot be the president of 193 nations. I don't even think there's 193 nations. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that was Tom Nelson, a little fucking cursory rabbit hole. If you want me to really dive deep into, I mean, like Wayback Machine, all of his stuff, actually try to find out what's happened, let me know in the comment section below if you really want that. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to make a little deep, like slightly like scratch the surface for Tom Nelson. You know, it's somebody that nobody has been looking into, but he is the most prolific and the most oldest YouTuber that has existed. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.